Hello YouTube. The next citation of Old Testament prophecy is in Matthew 26:31 and Mark 14:27. For brevity's sake, I will read Matthew 26:31 through 35. Then Jesus said to them, "You will all become deserters because of me this night. For it is written, I will strike the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock will be scattered. But after I am raised up, I will go ahead of you to Galilee." Peter said to him, "Though all become deserters because of you, I will never desert you." Jesus said to him, "Truly I tell you, this very night, before the cock crows, you will deny me 3 times." Peter said to him, "Even though I must die with you, I will not deny you." And so said all the disciples. So verse 31 is quoting from Zechariah 13, verse 7. And it's important to take chapters 12 through 14 of Zechariah as one continuous oracle, since that's how they're referred to in the book. And the first verse of chapter 12 gives us a little indication of who's being referred to regarding the shepherd being struck. No, Jesus takes that as referring to himself. But as we'll see, Zechariah gives a different explanation. Here's chapter 12, verse 1, an oracle. The word of the Lord concerning Israel. Thus says the Lord, who stretched out the heavens and founded the earth and formed the human spirit within. So already the oracle is concerning Israel. But let's continue with chapter 13. It's only 9 verses, so I'll read the whole thing. On that day a fountain shall be opened for the house of David and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, to cleanse them from sin and impurity. On that day, says the Lord of hosts, I will cut off the names of the idols from the land, so that they shall be remembered no more. And also I will remove from the land the prophets and the unclean spirit. And if any prophets appear again, their fathers and mothers who bore them will say to them, "Ye shall not live, for you speak lies in the name of the Lord." And their fathers and their mothers who bore them shall pierce them through when they prophesy. On that day the prophets will be ashamed, every one of their visions when they prophesy. They will not put on a hairy mantle in order to deceive, but each of them will say, "I am no prophet. I am a tiller of the soil, for the land has been my possession since my youth." And if anyone asks them, "What are these wounds on your chest?" the answer will be, "The wounds I received in the house of my friends." Awake, O sword, against my shepherd, against the man who is my associate, says the Lord of hosts. Strike the shepherd, that the sheep may be scattered. I will turn my hand against the little ones. In the whole land, says the Lord, 2/3 shall be cut off and perish, and 1/3 shall be left alive. And I will put this third into the fire, refine them as one refines silver, and test them as gold is tested. They will call on my name, and I will answer them. I will say, "They are my people," and they will say, "The Lord is our God." Now, here's an interesting case where the reading from the New English translation of the Septuagint, is actually worse for the case of the New Testament passage than the Masoretic text. And the New Revised Standard Version appears to use that in this case, because verse 7 here refers to shepherd, strike the shepherd, where the Septuagint translation refers to shepherds. That really defeats the case. But we already know who is being referred to as the shepherds. In verse 4 it says, "On that day the prophets will be ashamed." See, that's who is being referred to as the shepherds. It's these prophets who have been leading the Israelites astray away from the Lord. And there's also specific things in verses 8 through 9, which are supposed to happen at the same time as what verse 7 is talking about. No, 2/3 of the whole land shall be cut off and perish, and 1/3 shall be left alive. Did that happen when Peter denied Jesus? I don't think so.